This is the second in the series of videos on using Lattix Command Line, and in this video we'll take a look at how to generate a variety of reports. We'll take a look at how to use LDC Report, because that's the command that you use in order to generate reports. And just like all other LDC, such as LDC Create and Update and other LDCs that we'll look at, we'll specify the command, and then we specify the project as the first argument. And then we specify what we want that to generate. And then we specify the name of the file. And the name of the file, when you specify the file name, you can simply specify the type on the file name itself. So in this particular case, I want to generate a report on the project ent.ldc. I want to generate the report should contain architecture metrics, and I should use and it will produce a report, and that report will go into an HTML file. And you can, if I were to say ent.txt, it will go into a text file. So we're accomplishing two things here. We're specifying the file and the file type all at the same time. And if I were to come here and look at ent.html, there it is. We are now looking at the different types of metrics, and you can see system stability, average impact. Not only that, you can see it, how that matrix then decomposes. Let's go on to the next report command. So let's look at this command. This is again a report command on the project ent.ldc, and this is an impact of change. So it says the report is impact, and the source of the impact, or what we are changing, or whose impact we are trying to understand, is we specify the path for that, which happens to be types.datatype, and we want to do a transitive closure. So in other words, not just the first level of impact, which are the direct dependencies, but the second level, the third level, and so on. And we generated a report file called imp.html. Again, let's go to files, and let's look at imp.html, and let's understand that impact report. The first level of impact, we can see we said data type was the one that was on the left hand side, and the right hand side are all the things that depend on it, along with the reason why they depend on it. So that's the dependency, and that's the first impact report level 1. The impact report level 2 will take the things which are on the right now, they'll be on the left, and the things that they affect will be on the right. And this process will go on until transitive closure. So and that transitive closure goes all the way up to level 7. And so if you go to level 7, you can see those are the things which are on the right for level 6 are now on the left, and that's the impact report level 7. So this particular, if you change data type, you're going to have an impact, and this lists out the entire impact on your system. All right, let's move on. Let's do another report. This time we'll generate it in the form of an XML file instead of HTML. This time we'll generate a report, and this time we'll generate the cycles in this project, and we'll generate it in XML format. All right, and there it is. We have now generated the report rep.xml. And again, if we were to go to files, we would see that there is rep.xml. And if we look at Notepad in text file, you can see that this is an XML file, which shows you all the cycles within the system. And this is also organized. So you can see the groups, the first group, which is the highest level, the next group, and the next group, and so on. You can see all the cycles here. And finally, let's look at one more report. And this time we'll get the cycles and the architecture metrics, and we'll put it into a XLSX file. So in this report, we're running it on a project file when we want cycles and architecture metrics, and we want the report to be in an Excel file. All right, so let's take a look at this. And there it is. There is our Excel file. And so all right, and you can see now two tabs here. The first tab is the cycles group, and you can see the cycles, and you can see the various groups in the cycles, and then the other one is the architecture metrics. And so here we have run two reports all on the same using the same command line. You can always do, and this is true for all commands, you can always do LDC report minus help to show you all the different options that get generated. So there it is. That's our LDC report, and that's the help usage you can get, and you can see if you can see the different types of reports. And in fact, if you wanted to see different report types more in detail, you can say minus help : report types or minus help : report options to get more detail about the reports. And since Lattix has a very large number of reports, this allows you to control what report to run and in what format the report to be generated in. And let's go to another command line which also generates a report, and this is LDCDiff. So the LDCDiff is a special command. As we saw, all the other commands for LDC take a single project as an argument. This diffs between two projects. So it takes two projects as arguments and then generates the report. And in this particular case, I want to generate the report as an HTML file. So this is LDCDiff. This is a special command. LDC report takes a single argument, but LDCDiff is a command that actually takes two projects as an argument. So, and it'll compare those two projects. So this LDCDiff is comparing version 8.3 and 8.4 and generates a report file, which in this case we specified as an HTML file, and it's in the form of diff. And if we come here in files, you will see that we have generated diff.html, which is right here. And if we select it, then it will show you what the exact difference, and it's in the form of what's missing in one project and what's present in the other project. And in fact, if you have rules set, it'll tell you what new violations have come in or what violations have been fixed.